You sound kind of low to me.
Hold on.
You put the stream key in, right?
Huh?
You put the stream key in. Oh, all right. All right. Where you at?
I'm here. I just had to my food came. I just was gonna get it to 9 o'clock. No way. We're not doing that.
Final expert review before you file.
I'm struggling, y'all.
I know. We're not gonna take long. Oh wait, we live?
We live on StreamYard.
Oh, what do you mean we live on stream? It says we live,
On StreamYard. I didn't go live on Insta yet.
but we live on Facebook and
Oh, okay. Well, Insta, here we come. All right. What up, guys?
what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
I think I'm allergic to New York.
Yeah, I am. I know I am.
I can't hear you, yo.
You cannot hear me?
It's low.
Oh my bad. I don't have my headphones on. Hold on, let me find my headphones.
What up, Josh? What up? How you doing? Sorry, I look a little crazy today. My sinuses going nuts. Fresh off vacation too. Fresh off vacation.
Do I sound better now?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
I can't hit. Wait, did it go mute? Do I sound better?
Yes, yes, yes. Yep, you do.
I sound better now?
Yeah.
Alright. I was on mute. I don't know how I even did that.
Maybe it's me. My hearing might be fucked up.
I mean, maybe, but I switch it up anyway. We just
Does Devon sound low?
does Devon sound low? How low does so I'm not using the a light tonight because we're not gonna be going like a quick be done at 9 o'clock live. But I did find another light. We lit. All right, so boom, let's get right to it. I don't want you out here suffering. You know I know about the suffering. You seen it in
Yes.
real life firsthand. Shit was wild embarrassing. Um Wild
I
embarrassing.
forgot all about that.
I will never forget about that. I appreciate you for handling it with true grace. I appreciate that. So, in-laws. The one thing that I regret not doing with any of the women that I had children with is not really looking deep, doing a deep dive into family history.
It'd be so hard.
And
Let's just start there. It'd be so hard to meet a person. You know what I mean? It'd be so hard to meet a person even before, and then now we gotta vet their family too.
yo, sometimes it ain't hard to do the vetting.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel that what's important is we just look how many family members they got on drugs, how many of them got mental health issues, how many of them have disabilities. Yeah, that matters.
Yeah.
Like I have a family in my building that all of the boys in that family, all of the boys have some like major mental health issues. I'm not talking about like mental health. Oh, you got mental. No, I'm talking about like
Autism,
autism. Yeah, crazy stuff like that. Like,
bipolar,
yeah, no, deeper than that. Like the stuff that,
schizo.
yeah, the crazy joint. And
Gotcha.
I'm not calling people with schizophrenia crazy. But I mean that like the real the ones that change your lifestyle. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I think that's so crazy.
Same. I know I've seen generations have same or similar issues, mental health wise.
Hmm.
Um,
But I think that matters when you're looking at a potential mate or partner
I
to,
understand 100%.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Because one of my exes, his father ended his life due to his mental health struggles.
Mm,
And literally, like I knew he had a younger brother. Sweet kid, great. Like he was like, I'm like 30 something, low 30s. He's half our age, so 17, 18. Good kid. Started going through the same thing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Didn't even know. Didn't even know that that's what his father went through because he was so young when his father passed. No one told him.
Mm.
So he wasn't even influenced by the information.
Like I feel like I think that
I guess that should have a trigger warning.
it's also important to see your own family history.
Absolutely.
Cause I look at my family history. I look at my mom's side of the family because they're a little bit more dysfunctional. At least from the people that I know, anyway. Not to say that they're like every side of the family is a little bit more crazy, but so I'm not trying to put one down over the other. It's just that like I didn't know my grandmother had brothers. Well, I knew she had two sisters. R.I.P. to my Aunt Mercedes, Aunt Beverly. But I didn't know she had brothers and stuff like that until I was like 25. I didn't know I had uncles and cousins. I had no idea. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I know all my grandmother's brothers and sisters. So that's what I mean by dysfunctional. Just not like not together. It wasn't, I guess, raised in the same way. But nevertheless, I don't know that whole family history. I only know like my mom and her brother and her sister. And I'm like, damn, I don't want none of my kids to be like them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that
yeah.
100. And like me, my first cousin, which I just forgot there's a dinner that she's having for her birthday on that night. I'm like, oh my God. I had no idea. I had a whole plan to do some. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But we came out good. It came out all right. And I'm like, damn, yo, I really didn't expect or anticipate um because you can't anticipate what you don't see. So I look at my kids and whatever mental health issues they may have, and I automatically assume like, damn, my DNA must be bad. Like to some degree, maybe not the whole thing, but if you combine that, and I see what my oldest daughter's mom is going through, I see what you know, I look at my youngest two kids, I look at what her mom went through with her family and is currently going through. And I look at my kids like, damn, we gotta try to put them in a situation that they can learn how to deal with these things in case it becomes an issue. Because I look at, the boy and I look at the girl, the little two, and it's night and day. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, maybe one caught some of the strays, and the other one is like, I'm clean. You don't know, but I feel like if you are willing to procreate with somebody, or whatever, it's like I got to look at your side of the family too. I got to understand mine and look at yours because the in-laws might be lunatics, and you rolling the dice, or like I said, there may be a level of disabilities in their family, like severe mental health issues and things like
Just
that.
drama. It could be drama.
But I was talking about the stuff you can't control, like the genetic part.
No, you can't control anybody, so I consider that the same.
Well, you can control who you're around.
Okay.
But if you have a baby with a crazy person, that's in God's hands, man.
He said it's above me now.
Yeah, that's it. Nah, that's over. That is over. I didn't know this was about to be a thing, but it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So all
I mean,
that jazz.
it could be anything from health. Like that's a big thing.
Health
That
helps too.
keeps popping up with me. I keep learning that there's like certain genetic diseases in my family that no one ever spoke about. No one. I only find out through events. You know what I mean? I'm
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like, I got my gallbladder removed. Shit, Nate. Now it's over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
When it happened, I went and talked to my mom, and she was like, "Oh, I got mine removed a long time ago."
Thanks for the heads up, Mom.
Yeah, facts. Because I met every criteria for being at risk for that. Every single criteria. Didn't even no one mentioned anything. Major surgeries, possible benign, fucking not growths,
Gross is crazy.
potential vitiligo. All types of shit come out when your immunity is
Vitiligo?
compromised. Oh, even me getting shingles.
You got
I
chicken
had
pox?
shingles when I was like 30.
You got chicken pox?
Yeah, I had chicken pox.
That's wild. That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
that's usually not something that comes out until you're older.
Right. But look, I mean, similarly, look what happened with my pops almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
went through that whole thing. I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
knew my mom's had some high blood pressure joint, but I was like, how she eat, lifestyle, blah 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 blah. I attributed it to that. Sure enough, nah, my pops got it too, and that nigga kidney, ESRD, all that crazy. I'm like, what? The first thing I did was go get a sonogram on my kidneys. Now we need to figure this the fuck out. I got my eyes checked, all that type of crazy shit.
That's why I need a good scan. I need a deep dive.
Ah, yeah, I got that D
I need a deep dive.
got that
Run
D
all the tests. Like I think it's important that we're older. We get more diligent about watching for that stuff in us.
Amen.
Possibly breaking the cycles if we can. Um, I mean, it's tough because sometimes they don't know.
That's true. That's why I said I think it's important to see. Like, I'm 40 now. I didn't have this wherewithal when I was 25, but when I was 25, I should have been looking at people like, did your family get sick? Did your family live to old age? Do you have a lot of people with like, cancer and stuff in your family? Like, you might not know because then people are not talking, but how your Uncle Kenny die? Oh, word? Maybe I need to jot that down for future reference because now I'm going to be impacting my kid with that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Or
we're black,
potentially.
so we run risk for sickle cell.
Oh, but they make you check that when you black. They make you check it now.
Okay.
They check back. They check both parents to see who has the trait. Because if both parents have the trait, they'll straight up look at you like, "Don't have this baby." Because you both have the trait. I had a friend that passed away from sickle cell, so it's a thing.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. even Nia's. So if anybody has seen my daughter, some of y'all have. She has the biggest smile, but she has gap teeth.
Mhm.
Beautiful. But we were like, where the fuck did that come from? Because I don't have, her dad doesn't have, but her dad's older brother has.
So
But
where did
I
he
didn't
get it
know
from?
because he had gotten braces to correct his teeth before I even knew
Mm.
him. So stuff like that. It was like literally like Little things like her hair color. Her hair color is lighter than mine. It's not from his side of the family.
I
I have an
remember you
aunt.
telling me that. I remember you telling me that.
She like the one person who has that hair color. Like, it's just like interesting what you see come up in your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, also other stuff. Just, I mean, that's the part you gotta sit back and watch. You gotta ask the important questions. You gotta get yourself checked out. You gotta watch them things that they skip over. Oh, that's just so and so. Because that's how I used to. Oh, my crazy aunt.
Nah, nigga. I'm paying attention to all that. All that.
You know what
Ain't
I
no way.
mean?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
And they're gonna be your support system. They're gonna be your village.
I guess.
Huh.
I think another thing about in-laws too, right? So I think about this from both sides. I'm gonna start with like our side, right? So when we have in-laws, damn, when we have in-laws, the first thing I think about when with my mate is how to protect her from my family's bullshit. Um, keeping it real, like I because here's the thing, right? And my mom told me this a long time ago. She was like, when you tell people my business, then they have a certain perception of me and blah 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 blah. And to some degree, I thought she was right about that. Especially with the things that she did when I was a baby, like, that was 30, 40 years ago. Who the fuck is still holding on to that? And I wouldn't want to tell somebody that, then they look at my mom like she's not a good person because of that.
But it's
But then
important
there's
to
other, but
understanding you.
no, no, no. I was about to get to that. I was about to get to that. So, but also what I was going to say is, um, but what about the shit you did the last 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't want them like you because of that? You still did the bullshit. However, I think there's a way to tell your truth, um, without making somebody a villain,
Absolutely.
and I have the person understand. Listen, this is just my family. This is my life. Like when I was with my ex, one of the things that she told me, like, my family's big, my family's this, my family's that. And when I went to her family, it almost like mirrored my family to a T. And I was like, oh, I'm used to this. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
probably
this,
why
I'm
y'all
accustomed to
connected.
a lot of it. Um, and more recently, I feel like you know, the- you know, um, I've been told, like, I've heard somebody else's story and how their mom was very similar to mine. Just that I didn't live with mine. I had that luxury of dealing with mean aunts, but not a mean mother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Like if my mom treated me like my aunts did, I think I would have had more of a more issues growing up because it would have been so close to home. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, though, I think it's important to like your family have your family in line when you got when gonna put a ring on it or whatever. Yo, you gotta take your screen off and come back on. Yep. Yeah, because that would look crazy. There we go.
Okay, cool. Oh,
So
I see.
I also feel like it's good to like ask questions about family drama. I feel like you learn a lot about a person when you understand how they fit into the family drama. Like one of the things that I do when I'm with somebody, especially if I'm courting a woman, is I hear the stories, but I watch how people treat them.
Yeah,
How
because
does your
everyone in
family
the
treat
family
you?
has a role.
Right.
Are you the shit stirrer?
Mm-hmm.
Are you the support? Are you the one who always trying to run yourself into the ground, trying to fix everybody else's problems?
Are you the one that everybody runs to when there are problems?
Are you, yeah, Captain Save a Hoe?
You know what I mean? Like all that shit matters. All that shit matters.
Are you the enabler?
All that shit
Are you
matters,
being
yo.
enabled? Also, you said you try to protect your person from your family's drama. I
Right.
think that's so important. And that's a huge way. Like, I think it is not your significant other, your partner's, your husband, your wife's job.
To navigate your family mess.
Yes, and to navigate struggles. So like I was at a point where I kind of had a little beef with my ex-husband's mom. We've cool now, but back then, like, she's kind of fucking up her shit a little bit, right? So
Hmm.
my thing was, and always has been, and always will be, you handle your people before I have to handle your people. Out of respect, handle your
Yeah.
people before I have to handle your people. I've heard a story about this guy where his mom was like continuously harassing his wife
Hmm.
and like calling her fat after she had given birth and like making snarky remarks. And it ended up
Yeah.
in a physical altercation.
But that's not the one with the black girl, and the black girl was like, "I'll punch you in the face." Is it that one?
Yeah, she ate her food.
She was
She
like,
like
"I'll punch you in
prepared
the
a plate,
face."
like she prepared a plate for herself. She like cooked or something. She prepared, everybody else got to eat. She wanted to go like shower or something. She put her food in
Hmm.
the refrigerator. Oh yeah. And what her niece had wanted more food, but she had already ate. So the mom went and took her plate, even though she knew it was her plate, was like, oh, basically she could pass up on a meal and gave it to her niece. And she came out and she was like, you didn't need it. You didn't need that plate of food. Man, Man, and he didn't do nothing.
So I was just about to say that. One thing that I learned,
I'm gonna
um,
pick hands if you on her too.
so you know what? I'm gonna give two examples. First one is um with me, and
And she poked her too, so she was physical first. But anyway.
thank you for giving that disclaimer. I feel like when that happens, I look at it and I say like, as a man, you're supposed to be able to kind of check that. Now, I give an example. So when my son was born, me and my baby mom, we didn't see eye to eye at all. Like we were not on the same page. We were barely getting along. And it just so happens, my son was born in August, but he didn't come home from the hospital to December. He was in the hospital for 4 months. And I remember telling her like I'll try to hold it down for the first like month or so, but then tax season coming around and I'm still working. I took off FMLA and all that. I'm like, you're gonna have to hold it down for a couple of months because she had went back to work because she had the baby so early. So I was just like, take your leave when he comes home from the hospital. So I tried to give as much grace as I possibly could. And then I was like, yo, it's tax season, I'm gonna burn it around, blah blah blah. I'm not saying did I do everything that was like work related, and but no, we didn't live together, whatever. So I would try to come like some days like after work. And anyway, her mother said something wow crazy to me, and I looked and I was just like, cool. And I remember I took my son and I fell asleep, and I still got the picture. She took a picture of me because I put him to sleep so he could take a little nap or whatever. He was only home from the hospital maybe a month or two, and my baby mom, she heard it. She didn't say anything. She gave me whatever I needed for him to like lay down with him. She was like, "I here's this bottle, whatever you need. I'm not going to." And then she just walked out the room. She didn't say nothing else. And then before I left, like I fell asleep. So when I woke up and I was about to leave, she had said like, "Yo, I apologize for that." Like, and I, she was like, I had to tell my mother like never to speak to you like that. I don't give a fuck how I feel about him. That's still my son's father. You're never going to disrespect him like that ever again in your life. Or me, you're gonna have big problems. And I respected her so much for that because that ain't she didn't not that she didn't have to do it, but she didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? I give the other example. Well, my pops and my youngest sister, her moms, she's always like pick on me when it came to KK. And this is when KK is like 1 or 2 years old. And a lot of the issue I had with KK was her mom. Mom is a bad person, by the way. But there's neither here nor there at the moment. Um, but yeah, and she wouldn't like do her hair. It was just like a lot of little stuff. It'd be cold as hell outside. She wouldn't have no tights on. And when I go pick her up, I'm getting the crazy looks. So I
Mm,
literally used to have to start going to pick my daughter up and having like a hat, extra hat, a scarf and shit like that. Cause they used to look at me like, yo, fam, if your daughter don't leave out of here dressed warm, like I'm a mandated reporter. I have to say something. You gotta say something to your baby mom. Like I said, she was not a good person, so she's still not. But she would like rip with me or whatever. So anyway, my sister's mom would always say a little something here, a little something there. Like she would just be yapping, and I'm just like, yo, you gotta like chill. And I told my pops, like, yo, son, like, get your woman. Like, I'm not about to be riffing with nobody girl. Like, I know she older than me, but my kid is older than her kid. That's the only kid she got. I've been a parent longer than her. I'm not going back and forth with some woman. I'm not. She's not trying to impart advice. She's not. She just, you riffing.
yeah.
Yo, do you know on the day of my grandfather's funeral, she did that same shit? I spazzed the fuck out. And I didn't curse her out because we was in my grandmother's house. But I was like, yo, my kid is older than yours. I don't understand if you're not going to help me, then shut the fuck up. If you're not going to help me get her hair done, if you're not going to help put clothes on her back, if you're not going to help with anything that you're complaining about, stop talking to me about the shit. I'm doing the best I can with what I got and who I had a kid with.
Yeah.
When I leave my daughter, she don't look like that. When I pick her up after somebody else drop her off, she look like that. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And I spazzed. You know, she told my pops, oh, he cursed me out. No, bitch, tell the whole story.
Listen.
Tell the whole story. You know what my pop said? That nigga laughed. He laughed. Yeah, shit. Y'all gotta figure it out. No, I don't have to figure shit out. And if you're not gonna do nothing, the next time I'm not going to be nice. That was a nice way. And the only reason why I even said anything is because that was about. I'm like, yo, I told her I'm never going to see my grandfather again. The last time I seen that nigga he was in a fucking casket. And you want to talk to me about the fucking socks my daughter had on last Thursday? Bitch, get the fuck out my face. And I feel like as a man, like as a woman too, but as me being a man, I'll never let my mom disrespect you. I'll check her. And I have
Yeah.
over people that I don't even mess with no more. Like, yo, what are you doing? That's my friend. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And my whole thing is, if man, I just feel like sometimes, yo, I got into it with somebody. I don't want to get into the whole thing. But I got into someone last year or 2 years ago, and it wasn't even like it's not even somebody I'm in a relationship with, but I'm close enough. Like it's really close. And they told me, oh, I bumped into your relative or whatever, and I felt uncomfortable with the conversation the nigga had with me, and I was like, oh, word. And I had to tell the nigga like, hey, yo, man, when you run into such and such, like, don't be like spilling your beans and all that. Like, don't be talking to people about your mess, my nigga. Like, you wild. And I had to have a whole like argument for an hour to justify to them why it was important that they did not make people feel uncomfortable whom I'm close with, bruh. But the point is that those conversations, like, I can't, fuck me, I can't have those conversations and not, somebody can't come to me with something and I can't check it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are or whatever the case may be. Like, nah, I gotta check this because I wouldn't want to. And I guess some of that is a doing to others kind of thing. I wouldn't want to be in a situation where, in that situation, um, I feel uncomfortable in your mama house because of the way somebody spoke to me crazy, and next thing you know, now I'm trying to eat dinner in your mother house, but I feel like your brother looking at me weird or some shit. I don't want that. I don't want that for
Yeah.
anybody. Because I'm confrontational. I'm not saying I'm gonna go ahead and fight everybody, but I'm confrontational. If you don't like me, I'm gonna say something about it, and you won't have to leave me alone.
And at least
You know what I'm
in
saying?
marriages, sometimes the in-laws don't handle the almost like a transition of power. You know what I mean?
Oh, transition of power. I get what you
Like
mean, though.
the moms that still try to run your household, but you got a whole wife.
Right.
Or they stay in your business, or they're confrontational or messy, or you know what I mean? Like They're always or they try to fucking break you up.
Yeah.
Like always bad mouthing you on that level. That shit is wild, yo.
Like my shit was like messy. I've had situations where my significant others or former significant others were told things that they shouldn't have known that shit. That wasn't business. That wasn't business that should have been privy to them.
You say your significant other shouldn't have known?
Yeah, like you're talking to other girls, right? Like shit like that.
Oh.
To
Oh.
to the point where I'm at the point where certain parts of my life, like for instance, my situation right now is intriguing to say the least, right? I still can't because it's things are still kind of in transition. I can't pop up with new people because they had to get back without before I have the right to say something to somebody. Before I have the ability to say, hey, listen, this is my new life, blah 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 blah. If I pop up with somebody else, it'll be like, oh, he was can't do that. Can't do that. And before I have to like, and you know what's crazy? My kind of an ex of mine. We had this conversation recently, and she was like, "Oh, you said that you didn't want to do X, Y, and Z because your family." And I was like, "I meant that shit. That's not because I want to hide you from people. Like you were around, I just didn't present you. Like it wasn't like, huh, this is the person." And a lot of that was because I was in transition. Now that transition is pretty much over, there's still that lame duck period where people are going to be like, "Oh, how is such and such? Where's such and such at?" And blah 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 blah. And the fact that I gotta move a certain way with my family so I don't have to deal with the nonsense or that for me, how I look at it is like this. I'm preventing it before I have to cure the problem. Because if I show up and then there's some other thing and then now I gotta start checking people. Now I gotta be like, oh, why you saying shit? And then or we're gonna have mad awkward dinners and shit. Like you got somebody's birthday, like, get the fuck out my face, nigga. You be yapping your gums, man. I don't want to talk to you, my nigga.
Yo, I was
Who
dating
wanna do that?
somebody who had the same name as one of my exes. And I
That's
was like,
crazy.
oh, they're gonna come over. My family's so good, minding their fucking business. They thought I was getting back with my ex. And I was like, nah,
Mm,
that's not who I'm talking about. They was like,
I
I
don't
did
know
not
that
want to
nigga.
say nothing to me.
Right.
Ah.
That's funny.
Yo, so y'all didn't think that was weird? Nope.
Nope.
I told myself, what's up? Generally speaking, in-laws love me.
Um, that's interesting because I feel like typically, um, girls, moms are it's two things. They either dislike me because they feel like I'm not doing enough for their daughter, or they're jealous of me because they never had nobody who was like me.
Ooh, that's nasty work, yo.
Yeah, I haven't gotten like really much in between that.
That's nasty work.
Such is life, darling. Such is life.
That's so weird because I feel like women sometimes have that dynamic with their moms. Sometimes where the mom is
Yes,
jealous, period.
yes. Shit, I had that with mine. Part of the game is that. Nigga, I talked the
I'm
whole
not
type.
saying that's what it is, but I ain't saying that's not what it is.
And that's crazy. It's just so crazy. I don't know if this one gonna go through, but we about to find the fuck out. That's crazy to me. Like it's so crazy.
Even then, like,
Oh, I got a good one. How do you deal with an in-law that doesn't like their child? I got another one for you too. But
doesn't
how do
like
you deal
my
like
child.
no their child, like the person you're with?
Oh,
Like if you know what's funny about that? I'm used to people not liking, like, let's say, fuck. All right, I do have to mail this one out. Shit. So let's say I'm with a woman, and with my kids, I don't expect people to like my kids off the rip. Like it's not their DNA. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a man, you were his kid, you taking care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? I see that. I understand that dynamic. But what is it like when they got a mom that don't like them or a dad that don't like them? I'm talking about like viscerally, not like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
I've
shit.
actually
That's a
seen
lot to
something like
unpack.
that play out. It's not my situation, but it's someone where they just them and their parents. I mean,
That
wild.
is crazy. I got another one for you. This one's a little bit more heavy.
Oh,
What if you have a person and their parent who's in their life I don't want to say like fully abuse them, right? But abuse them or allow them to be abused.
mm,
Like, how do you look that person in the face after that?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, and I see.
And then wait. But here's the thing, though. They've already forgiven them. Like I forgive them for their indiscretion or whatever
Oh
happened. What
well.
happened? Our relationship is good now. I still would be like, I don't want my kids around you.
Oh no, that's fair. Absolutely fucking fair.
Why you don't let me watch
Um,
my grandchildren? Nah, nigga.
if they weren't, it would be more about if they're not forgiven. You might have to put boundaries on me.
What do you mean?
Like, say someone's like still verbally abusive to
Uh huh.
someone's like your spouse or your significant other is being verbally abused or accosted or something by family members. I'd have to be like, you tagging me in or nah?
Yeah, like what we doing?
Yeah,
Nah, I
no,
feel
we
you.
definitely have to talk about that beforehand.
Yeah, cause I've checked brothers. Ayo, fam, I understand y'all. That's a dub now. Like if y'all play like that consistently, that's a dub now. That's a dub now. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it's a dub now.
And I remember
But
as a
yeah,
teenager having a
it's
boyfriend and I was having a really rough time with my little sister and we were very physical. And we get into fights. And people would just be like, let them fight. You know what I mean? Let them fight. Nowadays I might be like, nah, drop that bitch.
facts. Nah, super facts though.
Let me know.
Super
Let me
facts though.
know we in this together, babe.
So I feel like some of this is an offline conversation because I don't want to make it too specific. But at
Mm,
the end of the day, I look at it and I'm just like, and because of how I was raised and the things that I had to overcome, I can understand forgiving somebody for indiscretions. But there's some things that just as a man, my morality, it's hard for me. It's like I'm looking at them like you way bigger than me. But you can't carry somebody else's cross, so it's also that.
uh,
There's also that.
yeah, so
I know, right? Heavy, heavy.
yeah, that is. And could you imagine being so excited by a person?
Mm.
So excited by a person. In love, everything, but they family is wild,
Trash.
trash,
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
And you trying to keep an eye on, and you trying not to side eye your partner, trying not
Nah,
to
like
look for that shit creeping into them.
so ain't none of y'all niggas coming to my house to visit. Oh, y'all doing Thanksgiving at your house? Nah, we're going on vacation, nigga. Stop inviting yourself over. And that's another thing with in-laws. I got it. I got you right now. I got another one. So I got a couple. But another one that I got is in-laws that like their kid. I don't have open door policy with anybody. I have to know you coming over or don't come over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't pop up in my crib. I've stopped dating girls who just popped up at my crib. Don't pop up. Pop ups mean we will have problems. Don't pop up at my house. You feel me? Do not pop up. With that being said, some people have open door policies with their parents. Parents just come, chill. You come home, get on the
Yeah.
couch. Mm, that cramps my lifestyle. Oh, your mom. Oh, I got another one for you. When you get older with your significant other, you gotta take care of your in-law.
Oh.
What if with your parents you already got the hey yo man, what you want to do, man? Hey man, I got this home. I'm staying at this home. I'm good. Or you know what I mean? I bet. But their mother or father don't have nobody else, don't have no other family, nobody can take care of them. And you know when that nigga turn 80, 85, he gonna be in your house. You gonna have to feed this nigga. This ain't my daddy. That's
Well, my friend is
crazy.
going through that now.
That's
What happened
crazy.
is she's one of the younger children,
Hmm.
and she's supposed to move temporarily to like support her mom while she transitions into her older brother's house.
Hmm.
That was always the understanding between her older brother and her mother, that
Mm.
she would move in with him and he would
Take
take care
care
of
of
her.
me, nigga. Yeah, cause these other motherfuckers ain't gonna put me in a home.
He's discussed this with his wife.
Hmm.
They understood that before they got married.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
And the reason why
And
I say it like
now
this.
they're changing their mind. The wife
Oh
does
nah.
not want. I'm suspicious. This is my thoughts on it, is that they completely reneging on it and going to like leave her with her mom.
I think some of that reason, no bullshit, might be because maybe the mom sh- rubbed the daughter or daughter-in-law the wrong way.
I think
Let me
I,
tell
I
you.
don't think that's it in this case.
Oh, okay. I'm
I
about to
think
say
they got
anybody
some
about to
other
treat
shit
me
going
mean.
on with their kids and stuff. And
Mm,
you moved in, it's your house. Like again, that thing, even though I don't think her mom would come in and like Bogart anything, but
Bogart. Hmm.
basically they become another child.
Yo, absolute. I'm seeing that right now.
They become your parents turn back into children.
It's a
Hard-headed
man's
fucking
voice as hell.
children.
Yep. Hard-headed, grown shit still stink children.
I don't think she wanna sign up for that no more.
I ain't mad. Listen, I all the conversations I had with my parents, they both got somebody now, and I'm looking at them like, you better keep that motherfucker, cause I got a place for you. Shady Acres, nigga.
I have a place for you, yo.
I got somewhere. I got somewhere you need to be. I got you. Don't worry about it. What the
I
nigga said,
guess
I
that would
got
be a
you.
difficult transition to make.
I'm gonna make that. But but I have. So let's say you've been married to somebody since you was 25, and now you like 50, 60, and the parents is old and shit like that. I feel like you've known them for 45 fucking years. Like that's your other mom now. But like I know couples who met each other later in life and got married at 55, 60. I'm not taking
Yeah.
care of your mother. I just met her 5 years ago, nigga. Fuck out of here. And oh, I got another one for you. But this is more from a male perspective. Not that it happens with women, but not as much. So when kids, your stepdaughter. I know it technically we don't say in-law, but it's an in-law. Your stepdaughter, stepson, those are your in-laws. At my particular age, if I'm not gonna get with my youngest kid's mom, right? I'm very wary about one, having another child. If I get with somebody else, I'm very wary about having another child and or being with somebody with children the age of my children, because that means if I want to pursue a relationship with them and we want to live together and stuff like that, I'm still going to split the time. Like I see my kids like half the time. But if she's a woman, more than likely she has those kids 80% of the time. Do I want to live with somebody else's kids at this age and what
That's
I'm doing
fair.
right now?
You know, I went through that.
I don't. Yeah. But you were also younger. Well, I was like 5 years ago, right? Six. Damn. 2008. I was going by fast as fuck, right? So, but the point is, you were still like 6 years younger. So imagine doing that 4 or 5 years from now, between like 40 and 45. Your perspective on that shit changes. Cause you're like full-time dad, 4-year-old kid. Like me, I'm a half-time dad. You know, I see my kids half the time. I'm full-time in my fatherly duties and my participation, but I'm physically with them half of the time. Now, with that being said, half the time, I could do one or two things. I could split back to my crib or whatever. I'm not forcing my children on anyone. Simultaneously, I don't want nobody else's kids to be forced on me. I don't mind being a part of it. I like my individual. I like it when my kids leave. Go co-parenting is like I recommend it. Even if you're married, nigga, have a weekend that you only with the kids and the mother ain't got to do shit. Have a weekend when the moms are just with the kids and you ain't got to do shit. Right? So there's some balance to that. Point is, I can't fathom me like the space that I have right now. I was quiet. Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody coming here. You flip that on its head. I leave the room and I go with my stepson and my wife on the day I don't have my kids. I've been through that before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't like it. I don't want to do that again.
My situation was a little fucked up, but I'd still do it again.
Why?
Because I appreciate a father. I can't sit there and want to see somebody be okay with dating somebody who has kids, and then somehow think I'm going to remain removed from them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a skill. That's something I look for, like someone who is a loving father. So I guess it's just part of the territory for me.
That being a loving father and being there and having to be with that child that's not yours full time, because you know what it is too. When you have a significant other, right? And I think we talked about this when we talked about single moms and stuff like that, dating why like being a single mom and why it's so much different, right, than it being a single dad, because the expectation in society, the expectation is for the woman to raise a child. So we anticipate the woman having to navigate a babysitter and this and that just to date men. Men not so much, even if they have children. So that means that one-on-one time that you need to actually gain to see if you love and like this person may be more limited, right? If that happens, then I'm just keep it real. Sometimes kids fuck it up. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Even if
That
you're married,
his
once you have children, yo, it changes everything.
I can't stress that enough to people. And people also like, oh, like, why do so many relationships fall apart so fast once they have the kids? Because you didn't get secure enough in your relationship before bringing a child into it, which completely changes the dynamics. It sucks everything the fuck out of y'all. And now, because you never understood your partner to begin with, when they change up because they're tired, they're cranky, they're hungry, they're being called on or pulled on 24 hours a day by this endless void of a child. Now
Hey,
it looks like they changed up on you.
right. Meanwhile,
But you didn't know them well enough you ain't seen them in a situation. Y'all didn't have these discussions about how y'all gonna support each other in that. So yeah, sometimes kids come along and it fucks it up because you're just unaware. And then sometimes the kids are older and sabotage your shit.
yes.
I don't know how I would feel. This never happened. And I've also not introduced her to a lot of people. But I don't know how I would handle it.
If she didn't like the person you was
Theoretically,
with.
if my daughter did not like the person, I might have to honor it.
Fuck them
I
kids.
might have to honor it.
Nah, it depends. It depends. It depends. Let me tell you how it depends. Um, it depends when you it depends on how you know your child to be aware,
Yes.
right? Like I know Destiny is aware in certain ways. I know there's a level of Destiny that wants somebody to be easy on her. I'm not easy on her. I'm way more understanding now than when she was, 12 and 13 years old. But back then, I ain't got no time for this explanation. Should do as I say. But I didn't. She didn't like my ex when my ex would like. She would be looking for her out. Like, yo, like, come on. She wouldn't do that. My ex would be like, nah, if that's what he said. Nigga, like, I ain't got nothing for you. See, father, do the shit. My daughter hated that. And that's when she tried to like manipulate it to get back to her mom's crib, which a few years later became a mess. But at the time, it was like, you just doing this because you can't get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And your mom's isn't present enough to give you the outlet that you're searching for. So you're forcing it. And one of the things that I regret about that time is I wish I didn't allow her mother to be as involved. I should have shut her out more, isolated her more. I thought I was doing the right thing. This is your mom. I didn't understand the impact that would have years and years later, right? And now look where we are with her mother. So, and 10 years ago I knew, like, damn, like, nah, but that does not, it doesn't feel like the right thing to do. But with that being said, sometimes, yes, if your kid's got a funny feeling, like you gotta navigate around it. At the same time, you also have to trust your instincts and be like, have a conversation with your kid to see if they just don't like it because they're jealous. They don't like it because their time is being compromised with you,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. Because ultimately, fuck these kids. If all my kids ain't coming to wipe my ass when I'm 80, 90 years old. This is real shit. At the end, whatever my grandmother and my grandfather went through that I didn't see before I was born, that I saw and that I didn't understand when I was younger, at the end of all that, she was the one wiping that motherfucking ass when he was down and out.
I agree. But I definitely
Not
wouldn't suggest.
7 fucking kids, and he wasn't wiping his ass. He's not consistently. She
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
So fuck them kids. If this is the person this is your person.
It's
Yes,
so complicated.
it
Because
is and it's not.
if y'all have a healthy relationship, then yes. I think people get too involved with their children while they're there, not acting like their children are gonna leave. And then if you've neglected your spouse that while raising your children, when you come back, you won't know your spouse anymore. You'll be disconnected. You'll probably get a divorce, right? Because now you're only sticking together for the kids because y'all know each other. You're not investing. You're not watering your grass, right? On the other hand, you gotta know your kids. I agree 100% with that. I've been the kid who I felt like my mom chose somebody over me.
Yeah, that's tough to navigate as a parent, though.
Yeah.
That's tough to
So
navigate
I
as
don't know. That might that full disclosure, that might be a trigger. Like, yeah, no, she uncomfortable deuces. And then another thing is, you have to protect your kids. As a woman, dating people, sometimes people are not dating you for you. They're dating you for your kids.
Wait, what?
Sometimes people are not dating you for you. They're dating for access to your kids.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild crazy.
I saw something the other day that said 1 in 30 men have pedophilic tendencies.
That's a very broad statement, but that's a lot of fucking men.
That's a lot of fucking men. They said about 3%.
That's a lot.
About 3%.
That's a lot of men. That's a lot of men. 3% of what? We got maybe 150 million men, or maybe say
Ugh.
75 million men. Alexa, what's 3% of 75 million?
3% of 75 million is 2.25 million.
2.25 million men in
Way too
America that
many.
have.
Way too
Yo,
fucking many, yo.
nigga, that's fucking Houston, nigga. You feel me? That's Houston. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think all that's, and how many times have we heard about, like, I tried to tell my mom and she was like, what are you talking about? No, that's not true.
Yo, I had that conversation, man, recently. Like, yo, I had that conversation recently, and I don't remember what spurned it, but that's one of my biggest fears. Is like you have a daughter that's knowing a lie and do fuck shit, and then they tell you something like that. But I'm such a maniac, and then my kids, I feel like my kids are scared to tell me stuff like that,
Uh
and I'm gonna tell you why, because they know I'll do something about it.
oh yeah.
And I feel like when you're young, even if somebody did something that they wasn't supposed to do to you, you don't want that person to get hurt in some weird way. Not me. If somebody tried to finger pop me when I was a kid, yo, daddy, you gotta kill this nigga. Like, what are we doing? He gotta die. Oh no, 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 no. I was hyper vigilant when I was a kid. I went to Catholic school. My pops used to tell me all types of horror stories, nigga. This is like 94, 95. My pops used to tell me crazy shit like, no, nigga, don't be alone with no grown ass man. They
Mm,
might, and they try to do X, Y, and Z, nigga. You fight them off, you tell me. As a matter of fact, that's the most I've ever felt in my life that my dad was actually like really, really protective of me.
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna let my mom, nigga.
Like
When I
informing
say
you, being like, no, you come talk to me. You
you
come tell
immediately,
me.
yep, all cause the nigga had a lot of gerbils and shit or hamsters. Nigga was like, oh nah. I was like, I'm 12. You got pets, nigga? Nah, nigga. Don't make them pets.
Yo.
I knew way too much. And then the episode of South Park happened. Ah, niggas gotta see that.
Oh no.
You ever seen the episode?
With the teacher.
And with the hamsters?
Mhm.
The nigga was crawling over the dead one. Yo, South Park is crazy.
Yo, they're wild. They're wild.
I think it was still the 90s. Oh
It definitely
man.
was.
And I remember
I
seeing
remember
that
when that
like
shit came out.
I remember seeing that episode like, oh, my dad was on to something, bro. That's crazy. That was wild. That was wild crazy.
Could have been you.
Nah, it wasn't gonna be me. I would have fought a nigga off. We was gonna have to scrap, nigga. I'm biting, I'm doing all types of shit. I'm gonna come out. I'm out of there. I was fast too, man. Shit.
Mm.
I would have took the whole hood, nigga. That whole school would have been turned up. That would have been a problem. Word. But
Yeah,
yo,
I don't
shit.
know. That would be tough. That would be tough to navigate. I think if that became like a recurrent thing, I think I might have to stop dating. I might have had to put my hat up and been like, I'll wait until if she just don't get along with nobody or don't like nobody, or I might have to just be like, I have to
Nah,
wait.
I don't think I like my kids that much. I am aware that that should be a thing where I take it into consideration, but they don't make my final decision.
Mm,
But it's weighted. It's not like I don't care about it at all.
yeah,
When I'm looking at the pie
it's
chart, I'm
complex.
like,
It's very complex.
this is a thing. Because then at the end of the day, I just could tell you just won't be around my kids. So it is what it is. You date me or
Somebody
them.
tried to hit me with that recently, and I was just like, what?
You're not
But
dating me.
but
You're not
but
dating. You
let me
dating
stop
me, not
because he
my
was
children.
clearly on some fuck shit. So
But I've had women tell me like, I'm a whole package. I'm like, I get it. I think it's different when your child is 17 and your child is 7. Your child is 17, it's like they're about to be out the door.
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna tell you straight away. I don't want no grown ass kid living with me unless they got a plan. Yo, dad, I'm gonna stay with you for a few years so I can do this, and do that. Bet.
Ah,
Put it in writing.
dang, yo. I've heard stories about that too.
Cause now you gotta get the fuck. Oh, that goes. Oh, you want to marry me? Like same shit go for your kids. This is my fucking house.
Mm.
Unless your wife is rich and she bought the fucking house. How do you manage that? My mother bought this house. I still run it. You gotta go. You 23. The fuck out of here.
Oh, we lost IG, I
I
think.
see. Yeah.
I thought they were gonna give us a little more time.
Nah, it's been an hour, so you did good tonight.
We did much
But
better than we thought we was gonna do. Because
yeah,
I feel crazy, yo.
yeah, I gotta go though, cause I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. My food came right before we went on, yo. I've been staring at it
My
this whole time.
my shit looking right at me on the table like,
Right there, yo.
are you ready? I know you wanted this all day.
Bruh.
You waited till you had no kids and no company to order me, and now I'm here all for you.
And I
Like,
thought,
yep,
you see, I'm in the living room on school night. Nia went to her dad's house. It was like,
look at
yeah, no,
that.
I'm staying over here. I was like,
I get to order
thank
what I
you.
like. She.
Yeah. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the people who comment every week.
Me yawning all crazy.
Huh?
Yes, Lord. I said not me yawning all crazy. That was crazy.
Oh boy. I just want to like screw. I just need to dig 2 holes in my face right here.
Listen. I already know how that goes.
I'm fresh from Puerto Rico. I think I'm allergic to New York City because I was fine. I
I
was
was gonna
fine in
say
Puerto Rico. You hear me?
every time you go away, you come back fucked up.
I wasn't fucked up until I landed.
I said what I said. Every time.
I'm allergic to New York City.
Anyway, let's go. Let's end this live.
Love you
Later,
guys.
guys.
Next week.